Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience is going to wear thin really quick, and I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball will be the first ones to let him know that's got to stop.
Come back, come back!
After the interception, here's Watson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. David Njoku with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. Hauschka with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll begin here with Blunt. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
On first down, Ryan. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
On the ground, this is Isaiah Crowell. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Line of scrimmage is the 8 on 2nd and 8. To throw on 2nd is Watson. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go. Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Ryan. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's finally out of bounds, but he's taken it all the way down to the 8. A big play there on the catch and run. 43 yards. The Lions into the red zone for the first time. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. Now it's Ryan. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Ryan. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. As his guys are in for 6. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? #1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. #2 goal is win your division. #3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. From the gun, here's Watson. Over the middle, complete. That's Simmons. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. On 1st down, Watson. Finding some room in midfield. That's Njoku over the middle. And finally brought down at the 43. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Now, they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Come back.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Here's Watson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And Detroit getting set to go now. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
The drive starts with a handoff to Blount. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Back at the 16-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Get up! 11.
Third and long. It's Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This will be taken at the 10. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position?
And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Richmond.
Out of the gun, Watson. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Watson looks to throw again, and that's incomplete. The safety that time, Tony Jefferson there on the coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Richmond.
They come out here in the eye. Back to throw, Watson. That is incomplete. The safety that time, Tony Jefferson there on the coverage.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Richmond. Tiger.
Now Watson on 3rd and goal. Forced out to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. And Hauschka's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. He finds an opening past the 40, and he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down.
Hey, guys. 21.
To throw is Ryan. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Bowers. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Now Ryan. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Could be four-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. They'll run it here with Blunt. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to fourth down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now on 4th and inches, they're going to want to talk this over. We get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th.
20, 20. Hey, 25.
Here's Blunt. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
Yeah, on 4th and inches, you've got to be quick with your decision-making when you're running the football. You've got to find the hole and go. And he does a nice job here picking up the first down with a few yards to spare.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now a carry for Blunt. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a lion that's shaken up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Now they'll throw it with Ryan. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time, and it'll bring up third down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, Ryan. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
that.
Super tall.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Come back, come back. Tiger. Hey.
Watson on first down. Flush to his right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one goes for 24 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A first down carry now for Corral. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Watson operating from the gun. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 41 yards after the big play. A chance to finish now on first and goal. To the air yet again, Watson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. In for the score. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
So here come the Lions now. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, Ryan. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
He's going to fire one deep. Right at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That one goes for 36 yards. Now, what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Watson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by M.J. Stewart. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll run with Foreman. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd down, Ryan. Now he'll dump it underneath. to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for Detroit. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite at that level and not at that age. But I
was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And
the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Jamarcus Lawrence. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Come back, come back.
From the gun, Watson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jamarcus Lawrence. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
Tiger, tiger, tiger. Hey, blue 80. Blue 80.
To throw is Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. He sets to fire deep. He's got it at the 15. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Hey, black 22. Black 22.
Now Watson operating from the gun. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Hauschka adds the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Ryan on 2nd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Allen, the intended receiver, and that'll make it 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Ryan. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up.
The final shot before the break. Watson is going to let this one go deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. This fielded at the 2. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. Yeah, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Here's a give to Crowell. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Tiger.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Wide open receiver complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Crowell. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll run it again with Crowell. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Now Watson eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Operating from the gun, Watson, and he's going to go down again. Bobby Wagner in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Here's Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Are we on the same page here, partner? Because I think they had the right idea. Just take what you can get on 3rd and forever.
Yeah, in real life, I'd say yes. It's just these video games are tempting. You want to go downfield with it.
I like the way you've evolved.
Yeah.
You know, you've learned how to play it the Madden way.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Ryan now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards there for number 15. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Bowers. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That's 30 yards now in the last 2 plays. Back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Ryan will throw again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 36. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Again, it's Crowell. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now a 1st down throw, Watson. And Davis with it left side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Now it's Crowell. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. It's another touchdown pass for Deshaun Watson, his 5th of the afternoon. And this Seahawks offense continues to pour it on. Hauschka with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
11.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. And this will be incomplete. The intended receiver there, Allen, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Throwing on 3rd and long. Ryan. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 44. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Tiger.
They'll run with Crowell. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, here's Crowell. There he goes inside the 30. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
That's a big league run. Takes them down inside the 5-yard line, and momentum definitely on the side of the guys on offense. And if you're an offensive lineman, you love to run the football, especially out in the field where there's some space. But I will get you in on a little bit of a secret. Those guys like it in tight, too, because they get matched up and they get to show just how stout they are in a tough situation. They're recommending they run it again.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll try and punch it in with Crowell. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
Tiger.
To throw is Watson. And that is incomplete. E.J. Gaines the one that time to knock it away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Now after the made field goal, Hauschka back out onto the field to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So out now come the Lions. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Ready! Black 25!
They run again with Foreman. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. It appears they'll be a few inches short, so 9 yards on the gain officially, and it'll be third down. The offense on third down tonight, they're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. A carry for Foreman, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
They go with the option on fourth down, left side. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage with a flag down here to boot. So they may back up further. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Crowell. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
On the counter, it's Crowell. And able to work his way down to the 16. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. This is Crowell. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They'll try and run for it with Crowell. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Green, 39.
He'll get it up the middle. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
The Seahawks on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and goal. They come out here in the eye.
Black 22.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Hauschka's kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
This is fielded at the goal line. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 30, 10, 5.
All right, let's give credit where credit is due. How about that return? Great blocking, great vision, all the way down to the 2-yard line. The only person who has to be upset, the guy who didn't get it into the end zone. That far and no reward?
Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Seahawks. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example. And now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
They begin with a run by Crowell. And now running right through it. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. On again, this is their fullback. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man. You can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Seahawks, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Houston Texans next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
you